5 seconds to go. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, I beg to move that the bill to provide for the prevention, control, and abatement of air pollution for the establishment with a view to carrying out the aforesaid purposes of boards for conferring on and assigning to such boards powers and functions relating thereto and for matters connected therewith as passed by the Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Sir, it is a matter of great pleasure to me to pilot the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Bill 1988, which was unanimously passed by the Lok Sabha. I am sure all the members will agree with me that the problem of air pollution in the country, though not so serious as that of water pollution, should not be neglected, as some of our cities like Delhi, Calcutta, Bombay, Kanpur, etc., are already feeling its effects. It has therefore become necessary to bring in legislation to control air pollution, as prevention is always better and cheaper than cure, and this is specially so in environmental pollution control matters. Before bringing in this legislation, an exercise was made in my ministry to see whether the existing legislation could be suitably modified to deal with this problem. Though there are certain provisions in the Factories Act, Criminal Procedure Code, and Smoke Nuisance Act, they have been found to be inadequate. Hence, the need for a comprehensive legislation to deal with all aspects of air pollution was felt. An expert committee appointed for the purpose recommended a central act and suggested a draft bill also. This draft was duly examined and eventually a bill to provide for the prevention and control of air pollution was introduced in the last Lok Sabha in April 1987. The bill was referred to a joint committee of the two houses. The committee considered the bill in detail and presented its report to the Lok Sabha on the 18th May 1988. The bill, however, could not be taken into account for unforeseen circumstances. All the recommendations of the Joint Committee of the Houses have been incorporated in the present bill. In the UN Conference on Human Environment in 1987, in which India also participated, decisions were made to take appropriate steps for the preservation of natural resources of the earth, which included control of air pollution. The bill seeks to implement the decision relating to the preservation of the quality of air and control of air pollution. The present thinking in environmental pollution control matters is to have an integrated approach. To give effect to this approach, it has been provided in this bill that the water pollution control boards established under the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1985 will, in addition to their normal work, perform the functions of air pollution control also. This will not only facilitate coordination but also will result in economy. The bill will be enacted by virtue of Article 253 of the Constitution of India. Sir, a few more words about the salient features of the bill. This bill will apply to the whole of India. The Central Board for the Prevention and Control of Water Pollution, established under the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1985, will act as the Central Board for the Prevention and Control of Air Pollution also. The state boards for the prevention and control of water pollution, established by state governments which have adopted the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1985, will perform the functions of the state air pollution control boards also. In the states which have not yet adopted the 1985 Act, the new air pollution control boards will be set up. However, we are requesting these states also to adopt the 1985 Act and constitute the state boards so that there will be uniformity all over the country. The state governments will first declare the air pollution control areas. In such areas, industries specified in the schedule to the bill will have to obtain consents from the respective state boards for discharging emissions from their factories. The state boards will lay down the specifications for emission discharge and the particulars of the control equipment that should be put up to abate air pollution. Failure to comply with the consent conditions will render the industrial units liable to prosecution. However, reasonable time will be given for existing industrial units to install the control equipments. The state governments will also issue necessary instructions to ensure that the automobile exhausts do not exceed the specifications laid down by the respective state boards. This bill will, however, not apply to ships and aircrafts. This provision is made as there exists a separate law for the control of pollution in those cases. With these words, sir, I beg to move that the bill will be taken into consideration by the Honorable House. Stop.